The man burned the sprinkler above him, but after a long time no water came out. Then he turned to burn the door, but in the end the door did not open. At this moment the man was desperate. He furiously punched and kicked the cabinet, even knocking down the sprinkler, only to discover that it was completely broken. After venting his frustration he felt both thirsty and hungry. He tried hard to recall if he had offended someone. Suddenly he caught sight of a small hole in the wall, so he grabbed a hammer and started chiseling, but he underestimated the thickness of the vault wall. He spent a long time and only managed to chip away a little. Having exhausted too much energy, his body was severely overdrawn and lacking oxygen, so he picked up the oxygen tube and took a deep breath. Because he inhaled too quickly, the man immediately passed out. When he woke up again, he saw the oxygen tank was still open. He quickly turned off the oxygen. The man felt extremely hungry. He could only pick up the bugs on the ground to eat. When thirsty he had to drink urine from his leather shoes. After eating he started chiseling the wall again. Through his efforts he finally saw the steel bars. He immediately used a blowtorch to cut the steel bars. Continuing to dig he finally made a hole. At this moment he was overjoyed. He couldn't wait to enlarge the hole. He crawled through the hole, but when he stood in the new room, he was completely devastated. This room was exactly the same as the previous one. The only difference was, there was a red coffin in the center of the room. He held a chisel and cautiously approached the coffin. When he opened it he found a woman lying inside. At that moment the woman suddenly woke up. She thought he was a bad person. Panicked she crawled into another room. Since they spoke different languages, they couldn't communicate at all. The man simply ignored her, dragging his exhausted body. He climbed into the woman's coffin and fell asleep. After a long time, the woman noticed the tools on the ground. She gradually calmed down. On the third day, the woman took the initiative to approach the man. She urged him to continue chiseling the wall. The man said he had no more strength left, but the woman couldn't chisel it at all. Frustrated she gave up in anger. She ran into the next room to relieve herself. The man saw this and immediately stopped her. Then he threw his shoe over to her, giving her a demonstration, meaning don't waste it. After replenishing some energy, he started chiseling the wall again. He even asked the woman to sing for him. Just as the two were working together, the iron door behind them suddenly moved.